Hi, hello, happy Monday. Sorry I've not been around, but as you know I suffer from SAD, and when weather's grim I'm grim. And I've also been having problems with my diabetes and some lady problems, you know. Yeah, just when you think you're past all that sort of thing, you know, Mother Nature has some way of whacking you with something or other. And so I've been to the hospital, I've been to the GP, I've been all over the place. And I am working on my diabetes levels coming down. So I'm sure you don't want to hear that. Anyway. Oh, everything's falling down the hole here. Right, as you can probably gather, today is not, well, it is about crochet. It's about something that I've been putting off for ages, which is lining the crochet bags that I've been making. The thing was, I got, as you know, some material, whatever you want to call it, fabric, and I kept thinking, I'll do them, but I knew I had better fabric in my loft. So my lovely niece, unsuspectingly, came to visit me on Saturday. We didn't go shopping because she was doing my hair. As you can see, I've got a darker colour. It's because I'm growing it out, you know that anyway. So we wanted something that was a bit less, you know, like dark and blonde. You know, we wanted something to be somewhere in between. So she did that. So I said, would you mind holding the ladder while I go in the loft? Because, you know, I'm not steady on ladders and I'm not to be trusted on ladders. And she went, no, you are not going on the ladder. I'm going in there. And I'm going, yeah, but I don't know what I'm kind of looking for. I think what I'm looking for is in a suitcase. Well, it was very embarrassing because we opened the loft door and all this plaster, whatever you want to call it, stuff come cascading down. Luckily, she'd wrapped her wrap thing, ruan or whatever you want to call it, around her head. So it came down. It even went in the bathroom. That's how big the shower was. It was so embarrassing. I spoke to my son afterwards and he said, it wants boarding out, you know, like, I can't afford a new roof, which would be ideal, but my roof isn't leaking. So he said it needs boarding, so to stop all this plaster just falling down into the loft. Because at the moment, even though I'm banned off going up the ladder, I could use the loft as storage space for things that I no longer need. Anyway, my son's promised when he has some time, he will come and sort it out. Not particularly board it out, he might not have time for that, but he will get rid of anything that is superfluous, like the great big 6-foot Christmas tree that I will never use again. Things like that need to be banished. Anyway, my lovely niece did manage to find the suitcase, and it was honestly, it was like Christmas. It was like treasure trove. I got so excited by what was in there. All the lace and the fabric and everything that was there. This is just some of the lace that was there. That's lilac actually, it doesn't look it, but it's lilac. There's white and there's navy blue. And there's some gorgeous wine colour lace. Well, as you know, I'm doing the bags with lace and stuff. These pieces, you see, are wide enough to go double, or slightly not doubled, if you know what I mean, to give a really nice flounce onto the bag, which I'm happy about. So that's a lovely piece of lace. And then I've got some grey with the pink on it. Grey and pink. Just pink. And these little ones will make, you know, dangle bits that go down the side off the end of the bag, as well as the narrower lace. As you know, I've been collecting narrow lace. I've got a whole box full of it. But I really wanted this wider lace, which I knew I had. There's some narrow. This is so pretty, but you can hardly see it. It's white lace with satin ribbon going through the middle of it. I don't want to open it at the moment and get it dirty. That's just some white embroidery on lace. But what I really wanted was all of this jazzy sort of lining material. Woo! Everything's falling down. This is kind of mostly what I wanted, this sateen. I don't think you call it satin, it's sateen I think, isn't it? This is just a lining material in blue. And then there's more, the red and the creamy white. Now this is cute, but it's actually got really weird dots on it. They're actually like plastic. You feel as though you want to pick them up. You know, they're like stuck on it. I don't know quite how that would wash. I could probably try it before I used it to line. This is absolutely fabulous. If I was a sewer, I'd be tempted to make myself a little top out of this. You know, I don't think there's much enough of it really for me, but there would be enough of it for somebody smaller than me. That's a lovely fabric. It's navy blue, like light blue with lurex in it. You know how I like a bit of sparkle. And this is so good. It's like a tartan-ish material. It's not really a tartan, but that plaid, I would say, with sparkly red and green. And, oh, what have we got? Well, this, I don't know how I'm ever going to use this, unless I want to make a net underskirt for someone. It won't be enough for me, obviously. I've got net underskirts myself anyway. And there's some grey material there. What I love is this. It's meant to be worn, you know, you make yourself a black t-shirt or a black sweater and you put this on it, which is like the decoration. I think that's so cute. I wish I'd have bought more of that one. More wide white lace. Don't know what that is. Not much use to Man the Beast, is it really? Oh, then I've got black sequins, gold sequins, more black sequins. They're on a thread, they're not just loose sequins. These are cord, there's blue, white and gold cord. That's Velcro, you know, the sticky stuff. Oh, that's nice ribbon. If I want to put a ribbon in my hair to be colourful, I have a plaid, 2 lots of plaid ribbon, 1 inch wide, yeah. That's some more black lace. And then these I love, you know, to do the dangly bits on the bags. These are some really fancy trim. Here. You may have noticed I'm actually beginning to grow my nails, which is a major thing for me because, you know, I bite my nails, which is terrible. Hate to admit it, it's an awful, awful habit, and I hate it when other people do it. But I've been biting my nails since practically as I had teeth. I've grown them on special occasions. I grew them for my wedding day, and I've grown them about 3 times since. So keep your fingers crossed that I can keep these out of my mouth. That's another big bag of lace. I think I showed you these before because these came with my last lot of order of fabric. They were like a sort of a collar-ish thing, but I'm going to use them on the bags, I hope, yeah, because they're very narrow for a collar. I've got these in this beigey colour and white. Oh, excuse my top of my head. But at least you're not seeing my roots. And there's white ones too, as well as a pile of lace. So I'm going to be laced up to the hilt. I really should make some, you know, cushion covers or something with all this fabric. But I'm not very much of a sewer, as you probably gathered. More lace, more lace. Which I'm going to have to put into bags. These are more narrow ribbons. These are useful for hanging at the sides of the bags. All will be revealed, people, all will be revealed. And then for some reason or another, I have got lots and lots of these like fat quarters. What the heck I was going to do with all of these, I really don't know. I think they were going to be doll's clothes, but that kind of mood passed me by. But they're not exactly the right colours, you know, to make a quilt with or anything. Not that I'm very good at quilting or anything. Never actually made a quilt. So, I'll just move. Oh, that's more black lace. There you are, you see. Look at that. Look how wide that is. Yay! For some reason I got a package of felt. I must have been intending to make something with felt about 3 years back, because that's how long everything's been in the loft. Right, now I'm going to sort of move, if I can, move the camera away from me as usual, and just show you some of the things that's in this fabric. Don't know whether you can see it all. There's some beautiful fabrics in there. I've really got to learn to sew and make something with them. As you can see, there are gorgeous fabrics in there. Maybe I can persuade someone to make me some cushion covers, although I'm really into purples, as you know. Anyway, they're now there in a... hope you can still see me when I sit down. They're now there in this great big... if I can lift it, I don't think I can. No, it's a bit heavy. In this great big tub. So I've got a tub full of fabric now, which is not going back in the loft. I haven't quite worked out where it's going to go yet. Gosh, that is heavy. That is not doing my back any good at all. Right, as for people in my life, not seen Sue because it's she's working. I've had a couple of phone calls off her. Why have I got my sleeves rolled up? I think I must have been attempting to go actually and do some washing of the dishes, so sorry about that, having my sleeves rolled up. There you are, they're nice sleeves. And if you're wondering what that says around my neck, it says crocheter or crocheter. I got it from Etsy. I was watching, oh, I think it was Potter and Bloom, I think, oh, a couple of years back. There was a friend of hers on Etsy that was making these. They came in different colours, and I picked the purple one. What was I going to say? Oh yes, people in my life. Christina came and we had a good chat, and I think I told you Kelly came the week before that. But Sue has been busy working, so I am hoping that if the snow stays away I might see her this week, because I don't know if you've been watching, but the UK's been having snow. I'm fortunate here is I must be in a little bit of a dip. It must be a bit warmer here. I get snow, but it doesn't last. It just sort of usually melts away and goes within the day. Sue, however, lives up in them there hills. Hi. So whenever she gets snow, she gets it 10 times worse than I do. Which, considering she drives a Mini, you know, a mini car, Mini. I don't mean like a dodgem car, I mean a Mini. It can be a little bit awkward, you know, if it gets too much snow. And so I haven't seen her. She's hoping to come this week, weather permitting and shift work permitting. As for me, really, I've sort of been off the game really with crocheting. I've been doing bits, pieces, bits and bobs. I don't know whether it's the feeling I have with this SAD, this SAD syndrome, or whether it's just lazy-itis. I'm not sure. I think I need somebody with a little electric cattle prod to wake me up in the morning and say, come on, today is the day we organise ourselves. I watch Happenstance. She's got Happenstance Place, I think, and Happenstance whatever. Sorry. Sorry Kendra, I get it wrong. But she does this thing called Sunday Rising or Sunday Morning, something like that, where she lists the aims that she wants to do for the week, because she found out that like actually doing a New Year's resolution doesn't work because it's too long of a time. I could do with taking a leaf off from her book. Obviously I won't pinch her ideas and make a video every Sunday or anything like that, but mentally I'm going to try and make myself a list every Monday morning of things I would like to achieve during that week. With the state of my mind at the moment, which is normally confused, but I think I just stick to a few basic things, you know, basic ideals like line the bags. Yep. I've been threatening to do it for how many weeks? You've been with me. I've got no excuse now. Oh, excuse me, I've got a bit of lipstick on my tongue. I've been threatening to do it for weeks, as you know, but I was waiting because I knew the fabric that was in the suitcase upstairs, which, by the way, I've had to throw away because it was so disgusting. The inside contents were fine, but the outside was beyond the pale, so it's gone. Gone to be thrown down the tip when anybody has time to go down our refuse tip, because our bin men don't take big things like that. They're weird like that. So that is what I plan to do this week, is to finally sort out which linings will go with which bags, get them all cut out, get them like I haven't got an overlocker, but get them zigzag down the sides so that they don't fray, and then like obviously tuck them in and get them sewn all around the edges, and then I can put the trimmings on, and then I've got to crochet the top bits, you know, for the handles and for the side seams. So they're by no means finished when I do the linings, but if I got the linings done, then I would feel like I was moving forwards a bit. But finding the fabric actually has made me happy anyway, so. But I don't know quite what I'm going to do with the with all the fabric, considering I'm a very plain sewer. When I was in my teens, I used to sew things, but they were very, very plain. Like, you know, the shift dresses with just the darts here and the darts for the waist. And I had a very, very good pattern that used to fitted me well. So I used to have about 12 different dresses with the same pattern, all in different fabric. And I used to make them up for my friend as well. We used to go on the market on the Saturday morning, get some fabric, come home, and I would sew all Saturday afternoon, and then we would go out in them on the Saturday night. Oh, I made skirts, I made tops, I made all sorts of things. Because bear in mind, you know, at the time I wasn't working, I was only at school when I started doing things, and money was not around for me to get like loads of things, and I like to be dressed in something different every week, you know. And I also was a bit awkward like I am now, in the fact that I didn't like other people wearing what I was wearing. I remember one New Year's Eve I trawled around the shops to try and find a nice dress for New Year's Eve, and when I got to the dance on New Year's Eve, there was a girl there wearing the same dress. Well, when you're 16, 17, that ruins your evening. You know, you can't laugh it off. That really ruins your evening. I mean, I had altered mine by putting some lace around the edge of it, and I was wearing one of those bouffant net skirts. And everybody kept telling me I looked far nicer in mine than she did in hers, because she hadn't got any of that. Because I put lace around the edge because it was quite a low neck, so I'd put some lace around here and lace around the bottom. And everybody kept saying, yes, but you don't look the same, because you look different because you've altered yours, because that was me. If I bought anything off the peg, I had to change it, because I didn't want to bump into anybody else wearing exactly the same thing as me. See, I've always been weird. When I started work, my mum actually got a tailoress to make me 3 or 4 dresses, again in the same style, but in work colours. You know, things like, you know, this kind of fabric, like the stripy, this kind of fabric. Because I went to work at first, I went to work in a bank, so I thought I should need to be like sober, because they didn't have uniforms back in the day. So I thought like something sober like this. And I did actually used to wear a lot of very dark colours when I was a teenager. My mother used to despair. I remember one she had made for me, a beautiful dress. It was white broderie anglais, and it had a darker blue lining underneath, you know, that showed through the dress, and a sash made of the same. Would I wear it? I said I felt like I was going to my confirmation or a wedding or a bridesmaid, you know. Would I wear it? No. So that poor dress just languished and my mother spent a fortune getting it made for me. But I always was an awkward little monkey, as you can tell. Even back then I used to love the three-tiered skirts, you know, like the gypsy type skirts. They used to call them dirndl skirts, I think, at the time. Or were dirndl skirts the half circle ones? I don't know. There were some skirts that were made like with a complete circle like that, with a hole in for the waist and a slit down for the zip. And they were quite popular in the 50s. I had a couple of those. I did manage to make a couple of those. But I used to make the dirndl skirts mostly, just gathered onto a waistband. Made those in all kinds of colours. But now, I haven't sewn in years apart from doing repairs and, you know, sewing the split seams or things like that. I don't really feel the urge to actually start sewing again for clothes, because clothes are so reasonably priced these days, especially if you get them pre-loved, as they call them these days, not second-hand. Pre-loved, which I do. I buy everything pre-loved. I'm not fussy, I'm not proud. I'm not paying full price for anything unless I really, really have to. I think the only time I've paid full price for anything is when I've been going to a family wedding or things like that, when I have actually bought things. I must admit I buy new shoes. Very rare I buy shoes that are second hand. They have to be second hand but not worn, if you know what I mean. You can tell that they've not been worn because you can look at the soles. If somebody's bought them and they don't fit them or something like that and they put them for sale, I will buy those because they're not worn shoes, if you know what I mean. Anyway, the sun is actually trying to shine, which is rather funny because it was kind of a bit sort of snowy this morning when I first got up, but it is so cold and windy. It lulls you into a false sense of security, because you think, if I went out on the decking it would be lovely and sunny, and it's not. I've got a shawl I need to wash and block. I have actually finished something, but I don't think I've shown. Yeah, I think I did show you part of it. Don't think I showed it to you finished. But that's something I can save to show you if Sue arrives this week, which I do hope she manages it, because I'm missing her. It's been 2 weeks since I've seen her, and yeah, missing her. I miss Kelly too, because Kelly's, I think I told you, she's suffering badly with these migraines and different things like that. So she decided for the moment, this is I'm Yarn inspired, that she's not going to do any more videos at the minute until she feels more like herself. Which I don't blame her, because I mean, I'm the same. I think to myself in the morning, I must do a video today. But when you're not 100%, it's very hard to come and sit in front of the camera and go, hi! You know, when really you've got a banging headache or something's wrong with you. Because my diabetes makes me go a bit wuzzy and a bit fuzzy, and if my levels are not right, I'm drinking all the time, you know. They're working on it. They changed my medication again, so they're working on it. We're working on it. I don't understand what happened, because I've had diabetes for about 4 years now, maybe 5 years, and my levels have always been normal up to this last, say, 6 months, and then everything's gone haywire. I've not changed my diet, I've not changed anything, I'm not doing anything other than I did before, if you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be more careful with what I eat. In fact, I think I'm watching what I eat more now than I did before. So why I'm getting these spikes, I don't know. But don't worry about me. I will be there. I will bounce back. I always do. I just get these down days where you think, can I be bothered to get dressed? Shall I just have a duvet day? Shall I stay in bed day? I know I'm not on my own with this, I'm sure. I mean, when I say this on Facebook or anything, people go, oh yeah, I know you feel. I have duvet days too. I just don't feel like. It's not that I don't feel like getting up. I do get up. I just want to sit there in my dressing gown and look out the window and go and think, I know the house is warm and the bathroom's nice and warm and of course the water's nice and warm, but it does, it's like trying to get a dog to have a bath when it doesn't want one. That's the days that I feel like that. And then at the end of the day you think, you dirty devil, you have not had a shower today. And then I think, well, it's too late now, I'm going to get in bed now. I'll have a shower in the morning. Oh dear. A lot of it is living alone. I'm never lonely living alone, but you know, you do lack a lot of incentive to do things. When you're living with family or you're living with other people, you wash the dishes, you do the washing, you do other things on a regular pattern and a regular routine, because that's the way that the house works, like clockwork. But when you live alone, as I do, you think there's always tomorrow. Or I've got plenty of clothes I don't need to wash today, you know. And it's only when you start realising that you haven't got any panties in the drawer and your bras are down to about one, when you know you've got like 24 pairs of panties and you've got about a dozen bras, and you suddenly realise that you haven't got any of them left, and you think, I think I need to wash. Wash the clothes, I mean, not wash me. So anyway, I think that's around about it today. Sorry I've not got much in the way of crochet to show you. But it is sort of crochet related, isn't it? Showing you all my lace and my things, which I'm going to put in this. And I'm going to then sort through matching up the crochet bags to the linings and then get the iron out. Oh, what's that alien thing? That alien thing that makes creases go away, you know? Other people like doing it, but, you know, that's another on my list of don't want to do, is ironing. But I will have to get the iron out, otherwise I can't be sewing crumpled up linings into my bags. I think I'll just go and have a lie down now. I think I've done enough for today. So I think I told you that my email has stopped sending me notifications of people's comments on my YouTube. So I have to physically go into YouTube now, go into my video and have a look if anybody's left me a comment. And for the last 2 or 3 days I haven't been. So there's probably dozens of comments I haven't answered. And I know there's dozens of comments for the last 2 or 3 videos that I haven't answered. So maybe that should be on my list for the week. Do the bag linings. Well, first of all, iron the bag linings. Do the bag linings. And then, what else have I got to do? I've forgotten already, you see. My brain's just gone. I forgot what I said I had to do. Besides do the ironing. Oh, I've got to block that shawl. I've got to put some more things in the washing machine. I really need to sort out my wardrobe, but that's not going to happen this week. Definitely not going to happen this week. Other things to do. Oh, I know what it was. Answer my comments. You were there, weren't you? You were telling me. You were going, answer the comments, answer the comments. Sometimes I wish it was a two-way thing and then you could jog my memory, because my memory is absolutely rotten these days. But apparently, you know, like when you have a diabetes dither, it can give you like a fuzzy memory. It's not that your memory's gone, it just makes you fuzzy. Like you're sort of, not brain dead, but you know what I mean. Foggy. I know what I mean, aim to say, and I know what I aim to do, but it just comes out wrong. I mean, my niece is absolutely brilliant. She answers everything for me. When I say, I'm just going to, and she goes, you were just going to do this, that and the other, and I go, you're right, I was. But sadly she has to work, so I don't see her all the time. And I won't see her next weekend because she's going out with her girlfriends for, oh, showing me bra strap, how slutty of me. She's going out with her friends for a special occasion. It's somebody's birthday, I think, or something, so she's going out for the day next week, so I won't see her next weekend. I didn't go shopping this weekend either, because my niece did my hair. And I also had enough food in to last for a war and a siege, because I thought it was going to snow worse than it did, so I bought in extra. So I won't starve, so don't worry about me, people. I won't starve. Anyway, my lovelies, I did gain some new subscribers, so thank you very much if you're a newbie. And as I always say, thank you very, very much to all my returners, because without you, I wouldn't have a channel, would I? So I do appreciate everybody that says a comment, even though I don't always reply. Naughty me. I do appreciate you all, and I value all of you, every single one of you, whether you're a returner, whether you've been with me for an age, or whether you're a newbie. So hopefully there will be another video from me, and hopefully it won't be just boring on me, it will be Sue. So everybody keep your fingers crossed that it doesn't snow and keep Sue away. So bye from actual sunny Manchester and blue skies, although it's freezing. Bye for now.